All right, John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. Today we have the honor of going over this nice new addition to our inventory here. This is a 1964 Chevy Nova. Now, as you can see, ours is done in this really nice charcoal exterior paint, nice, smooth, and shiny the whole way around on it. We've got bright work here, including the bumpers, the mirrors, obviously all your trim around all your windows too. Now, the first thing you can see here as far as the exterior look of the vehicle, the blacked out wheels. These are 15-inch wheels, steel wheels, front and back, 15 by 6s on the front, 15 by 10s out on the back of this vehicle. Now, to get 10-inch wheels under this thing here on the back end, this car is mini tubbed. It's had a narrowed 9-inch Ford rear end in it, put in with the Mickey Thompson drag radials on this car. So it's a real nice, sleek looking machine. Again, it's been slightly lowered too with the suspension that we've got here. Now again, steel 2-inch cowl induction hood. The fit and finish is good on this thing. You'll see that as we walk around to the front of the vehicle. As we come back to the side, you can see your gaps here on your doors. Elevations are dead on. The gaps are nice and uniform front to back. And you can see all the body lines on this thing all line up very, very well. Of course, up here, your windows here, all your side glass here, you can see tinted, real nice tint job here. You can barely see in. All of your trim around the windows here has been painted. Even your drip rail molding's been painted to match the exterior of the car. Again, that mirror chrome on the outside there with the glass is in great shape too. Glass on the side windows here too. No chips, no cracks whatsoever. Let's go inside, take a quick peek at the interior on our 64 Nova. As you can see, the interior's been done custom upholstery. It's got the diamond pattern seats, upholstery on the front buckets as well as on the rear bench. That diamond pattern continues onto the rear package tray as well as onto your door panels here, all of which are in great shape here. Front and rear seat belts, all black dash, and all custom gauges, and these are all by VDO. It's got a chrome Hurst shifter with the classic white shift ball on it, and there is an 8,000 RPM tach there with a sport style steering wheel installed in this car. Dash and everything all in great condition on this car. Even your seals and all your weather stripping up around the windows and so forth, all in great shape on this vehicle. We'll close this up and we'll continue around the car here. Again, body panels in this thing nice and straight the whole way around. As we get to the rear of the vehicle, again, nice chrome rear bumper here. Your trunk lid fits really, really well. You can see the gaps and the elevations the whole way around here. Your rear window, again, in good condition. All of your trim around the window, same thing. All in nice condition. They're all shined up, nice and straight. Now, we'll go ahead and open up our trunk. So let's do that next. Take a peek inside. So the lock works itself. The hinges and spring all work. As you can see, everything's holding itself up on its own underneath here. The underside of the trunk lid painted that same charcoal as the exterior of the car, and all of your weather stripping here, all in excellent condition. Meets right together here in the center. Now, you'll notice this is your fuel fill up here. So they've mounted the tank underneath here. This is where you will fill it from now on. You can obviously, that the battery's been relocated here back to the trunk also, just to make a little extra room there up in the front there for the engine compartment. So that's it for inside our trunk. Nice looking trunk mat in here. Trunk floor itself is all nice and solid too, in good shape. Now, as far as your taillight lenses are in great shape. There's no chips or cracks in any of those. And again, your bezels around those are in nice shape too, nice and polished up. Again, here on the passenger side of the vehicle, again, nice, smooth body work here. Again, the tinted windows, your gaps now on the passenger side, and you've got the matching chrome mirror here on the passenger side as what we do over on the driver's side. No chips or cracks in those windows. Again, same thing. You can take a look at how well those wheels look. And now interior, again, from this side of the car. Again, you'll see no rips or tears in any seat upholstery. The dash pad itself is in great shape. Black headliner in excellent condition too, and the carpeting. Nice black carpet, no fading, no rips or tears in that either. Again, the door shuts nice and easy, and now we'll continue around to the front of the car. So as we get to the front, again, you can see how well that 2-inch steel cowl induction hood fits. All your gaps and elevations all look really nice. Of course, you've got the bright grille down here. That's in good shape. Your headlights, traditional seal beam headlights. Lenses are glass, and again, no chips or cracks in those. Your marker lights, those are all in great shape. And of course, you've got the nice chrome front bumper there too. You can see the windshield too, all again in nice shape. The tinting up at the top of the window there too. Nice set of windshield wipers there also. Now we're going to go under the hood now so we can talk about what we have for a power plant. So let's go ahead and get that up. Alright, so with the hood up, again, it is steel. You can tell it's got all the correct bracing in here, all painted the same color as the exterior of the car. As a matter of fact, the whole entire engine bay is painted that same color, so it looks very nice. Again, you can see the front frame supports in here, going all the way from your cowl panel down to the front of the frame rails here. This has tubular control arms in it, upper and lowers. As a matter of fact, it is a complete Heights hot rod front suspension on this car. Mustang 2 with the tubular control arms. Now this car is not power steering, but it does have rack and pinion steering in it, so it still turns very easily. It does have power brakes, so they are disc up front, drums in the rear. Now as far as the motor, this is a 327 cubic inch small block Chevy. Very stout little 327. This thing sounds great when it's running, and we'll get to that here when we put it on a lift and get it down to hear that motor. But as far as this engine goes, you've got chrome pulleys on it. You've got the Edelbrock finned aluminum air cleaner on it. The ball milled valve covers here. You've got a Holley 750 double pump carburetor there. The Edelbrock Performer air gap intake, that's an aluminum intake. Got aluminum radiator, nice chrome shroud, 6-blade cooling fan on it there as well. As far as headers, these are long tube headers, dual 2.5-inch exhaust on this car all the way back, clear to the rear where those tailpipes will tuck out right between your leaf springs and the rear quarter panels. Now in behind this motor, we've got a Saginaw 4-speed manual transmission, and then as I mentioned before, on this particular build they went with a narrowed up 9-inch Ford with a 343 gear ratio in there, along with that mini tubbed rear end to give it the look that you see right here in front of you. So that's pretty much it for our 64 Nova. We've been around the outside, inside, and now under the hood. So the next thing we're going to do for you is get this on a lift, show you the complete underside, and then finally we'll fire that 327 motor up and let you hear how this thing sounds. Alright, so we have our 64 Nova up on a lift now. So we're going to go through this car, the complete underside as we always do, going from front to rear, talking about the drive line in the car, steering, suspension, braking components, and of course frame and floors. Now this car, little unique. It's got a few custom things on it that we're going to go over here obviously and tell you a little bit about. So we'll start with that up front. So on the front of this car here, again our 64 Nova, it's got a complete Heights hot rod shop Mustang 2 front suspension on this car, complete with tubular upper and lower control arms on this. It's got the Heights cross member in it. It's also got the rack and pinion steering. Now it's a manual rack and pinion, but still this car will turn very, very nicely. The frame on this car up front is notched out for the springs and the shocks there, so you've got plenty of clearance. They've done a real nice job of doing that. And then as far as the braking on this car, it is power brakes. We've got disc brakes on the front, drum brakes out on the rear of the car. So that's your front suspension. Now, as far as the rear suspension, let's go back here for a moment. We've got, obviously you can see we've got the traction bars here. We've got your multi-leaf rear suspension. Nice set of newer gas charged shocks. And then this is a Ford 9-inch rear end. Now again, I know it is a GM car, it's a Chevy Nova, but this, they've got a narrowed up, just slightly 9-inch Ford rear end with a 343 gear in it. And that's because they've got just a mini tub on this. So as far as like your wheels and tires, you're gonna have 15 6s on the front, and then you've got 15 by 10s on the back, and you've got a nice set of Mickey Thompson drag radials here on the back. Now as far as your front tire sizes, you've got 195 65 15s on the front, and back here on the rear you've got 26 by 10 R15 LT tires, and again those are the Mickey Thompson drag radials there. Let's talk about the driveline next. We've got a 327 small block Chevy engine here. It's got the dual kick out oil pan for the extra oil, probably like a 7 or an 8 quart oil pan right here. As far as your transmission, we've got the aluminum bell housing. You've got a Saginaw 4-speed transmission. On the bell housing, you do have the flywheel cover to protect that. As far as the motor, the oil pan and the transmission back here, the whole way back, even around your rear seal, nice and dry, no leaks, no drips. Of course, your drive shaft, the balanced unit here, and then as I said, we've got that 9-inch Ford rear end back here with that 343 gear ratio. So again, a nice stout drive line for you there. As far as the frame, like I said, we've already gone over what they've done special to the front of the frame. Now for back here, to connect front and rear, they've got these subframe connectors, and those are, they're bolt-in, weld-in ones. So again, those are going to sturdy up that frame real nice for you. And then as far as the floors go, these got all stock floors in it. There's no patching that I can see. All the bracings here, all the stamping lines are still in all the floors, and drain plugs are where they need to be too. Your fuel lines, you can see, run real nice and tight against that frame connector all the way back to your fuel tank. Brake lines are running right alongside the opposite subframe connector and all the way back the frame rail. So those are done nice and neat, and those are new brake lines, and you can tell new fuel lines. These are some of your power cables here too, going to your battery and so forth. So again, those are tucked up nice and neat. As far as your exhaust system, we do have a set of long tube headers coming down off of that 327 motor. Of course, you've got dual exhaust the whole way back. Set of what looks to be just like a set of like turbo mufflers right here. And then of course you've got tailpipes up over top of the rear housing, and then those exit out between your leaf spring and the rear quarter panel. Fuel tank back here looks to be fairly new. It is a painted tank, painted all black to blend in with the underside of the car here. Your mounting straps and hardware, all of that stuff is in really good condition too on this car. The only other thing really to go over, wheels. They're just kind of a painted steel wheel for this car. Again, they look great though for this particular build that they did. Really looks like a nice, neat car to drive. And emergency brake. That's all hooked up from front to rear. All of your front cables, intermediates, and then rear cables going back to the rear drum brakes. So that is your 64 Nova from the underside. So we're going to go ahead and get this down off the lift. We'll go underneath the hood next and get you a video of the engine running. That way you get to hear what that 327 small block sounds like.